You guys are losing y'all's rights as women. What
Trying to take the identity of real women away by pretending that men can be women and have babies and use tampons.
Tim Walz, tampon time.
Right, yeah. We don't want that.
Which party champions for men to pose to be women and compete in their sports and go into their bathroom?
That's the Democrat Party that loves that. Yeah, they love it. They love it. And that's why it's like, I'm a former Democrat and I would never vote that way ever again. They have gone so far away from what they used to be, kind of conservative Democrats, I guess you could call them back in the day. They have gone so radical on abortion, so radical on men can just be whatever they want. Like, we can pretend to be animals if we feel like it. We're just doing weird things with kids too, like in the schools, like just adult conversations in classrooms with, 7-year-olds.
This goes out to the Democrat Party, my former party. I want y'all to know how serious this situation is. Because I don't think you guys have any freaking idea how serious it is. So I'm going to tell you how serious it is. This party is done. This party is done. And the reason why is because you all sat there and let a few people get in and just fuck it up. So now people like me, we've left your ass. And we don't want to come back. There's nothing you have done there's nothing y'all have even said to make me want to come back to y'all. Y'all suck.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Okay guys, this is my walkaway story from the Democrat Party. And the very first thing I'm going to say is I am from Denver, Colorado. I am a native. So I have been a Democrat my whole life. Always been registered a Democrat. And I am running away from it this year. I no longer align with Democratic views. And there's a reason why. There's absolutely a reason why. Denver, Colorado turned into shit after all of this wokeness started to happen.
I'm telling y'all.
The borders was the second one.
Oh boy.
It absolutely destroyed.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah. Granddaddy went to bed. We plugged the machine up into the wall. Hey, what are you doing, sir? Oh, I'm just checking. I'm vetting. No. We don't need you to vet. We don't need you to check anybody. Just come on in. Matter of fact, we're going to leave this part of the border and we're going to go over here. Yeah, they got lunch and sandwiches and drinks and chips and we can relax on the chairs. Yeah, we don't got to do we still getting paid, huh? We still getting paid. Yeah, granddaddy sleep and that lady in there, she was supposed to come down here. The borders are. But I think they having a party. She pissed drunk. She passed out. We might see her next month if she shows up. But yeah, we don't got to do no vetting, nothing. Y'all, come on. Stop checking people. Let them in. He good. Yeah, come on in. Does he have a gun on him? Is that a gun? You good? Long as you don't shoot it at us. Come on in. Long as you keep it sealed. Come on in.
Neighborhoods. I remember just not being able to walk around our neighborhood with our kids anymore because it was just like there were so many people that were just out on the street and we had no idea who these people were. And there was just like a revolving door of people who would be switched in and out of this hotel that was next to us. And it was just like it was crazy. Then the third thing I would say, I don't know if anybody realizes this that's in the Democratic Party, but you lied to us about Biden. You lied to us about him and his health and put us in danger. Like you literally I'm not even going to go that far, but they put us in danger, okay, with this dude that didn't even know what was going on. He didn't even know what was going on. So who was running the country?
Oh boy.
That was it. And then I want to say the last thing that really took the cake was just the media, was just the way that they would report things, and the
fake news media, the enemy of the people. Everybody's seen it. I told you, people done turned off the TV. People done turned off them CNNs, them MSNBC. I'm telling you, they threw that newspaper away, New York, all Washington, all that crap. Y'all won't get it right? All right. They throw that crap away. Turn the TV off. Bias. It's just Trump this, Trump bad, Trump. You know? Yep. Don't want to play the full clips. Y'all want to run with y'all narratives? People are done with this crap. Told you.
And the way that they would just walk around issues and not really have solutions and always have excuses. And yeah, I could no longer align with them. They no longer align with me. And I absolutely understand why people are running away from them.
Sprinting.
They are a joke. At this point, Democrats are a joke.
Hello, I'm that registered Democrat that voted for Donald Trump. I keep on being asked if I voted for everything that's going on right now. And my answer is yes. I voted for Doge. I voted for tariffs. I voted for mass deportations. And I even voted for the big, beautiful bill. Now, the one thing that I'm beyond disgusted by are my Democrat representatives and senators. Yes, I'm referring to those same Democrat representatives and senators who could not stand up to acknowledge the bravery of a 13-year-old boy with cancer. I'm talking about those same Democrat representatives and senators that went to a foreign country to fight for someone who is not their constituent, to fight for someone who is being tried in U.S. courts for human trafficking. I'm talking about those same Democrats, representatives, and senators that right now are fighting for illegal immigrants to get Medicaid and benefits paid for by U.S. taxpayers. I finally get it. My Democrat representatives and senators could care less about my family. We're a family of 4 with 2 children with autism. My 6-year-old daughter with autism has a speech impairment. She was placed on a waiting list for her speech therapy, while the children of illegal immigrants are fast-tracked through our system. But those are the priorities of my Democrat representatives and senators. They don't care about my family. They care more about the struggles of illegal immigrants than the struggles my family is going through. There's American families that right now are dealing with diabetes, with children with cancer, with children with autism. There's American families that right now are dealing with homelessness.
Yep. Even veterans.
But my Democrat representatives and senators are out of touch. They no longer care about American families.
Grand Rising, everybody. This particular comment right here is the reason why the Democratic Party will keep losing Democratic voters. They are so hell-bent on pushing their narrative, they don't realize their numbers are dwindling. That's so important, but their ego will not let them get past the narrative that they want to push. It's not happening. Like, when you start talking about marketing, this shit is not rocket science. But they want to push this ideology so hard, they're going to keep pushing people away.
Like I've been saying.
It's crazy to me to sit back and watch, but it's also funny. Because when you look at them, and what they're pushing and how hard they going for it, they don't see that the average person don't believe in it. But this is what happens when you let your ego and your pride determine how you're going to run your party.
Nobody will ever be able to convince me that when I walked away from the left that I made a mistake. Nobody will also ever be able to convince me that the left are not full of demonic entities and dark spells. Yes, I said that because tell me why the Democrats in Texas are fighting against Senate Bill 38, which keeps squatters out of homes. So like if you're in Texas and you go on vacation for 2 months, you own a home, you come back to your home and there are squatters in there. The Democrats want to say the home belongs to the squatter. They were there for 2 months while you were gone. They've been living there. Too bad, bye. While the Republicans want to say, no, the homeowners own this home. The squatters need to go. The Democrats are fighting against that. Try to tell me that that is not enforced by lower vibrational demonic entities and energies.
Y'all have more information on that, please. If you have info, please comment down below if you have more information on that. That is crazy. We've heard that a couple times, and I've seen some of you mention it in previous videos. But wow, we got to do a deep dive on that. In tech, you know, and this my state, Texas. Oh man, I'll tell you, man. And these people really thought Texas was gonna turn purple, blue.
Every single day, I get on this app, and I am reminded exactly why I chose to walk away from the Liberal Party. Exhibit A, just a small little slice of it.
Talk about it, but since you guys want to hear it, I'm gonna talk about it. Most Americans are waking up like never before. A lot of people's afraid to say it, but I'm gonna say it because I don't give it. Black Americans waking up, Latino Americans waking up, Asian Americans are waking up. Why? Because we are tired of all the lies that we've been listening to for years. I remember back when I was younger, my parents would always say vote Democrat, and I would always ask, why vote Democrat? And the response would always be, hey, you know, they're here for the people, they're here to help you, and you know, they're out there willing to give out, you know, assistance to those who really need it. Back then, not today. So as I basically woke up and realized that we've been lied to for many years, I finally seen the writings on the wall after many years, after Donald Trump came into the scenery in 2016, and I realized that we've been lied to. But when I tell you Black America's waking up, this young lady, who's currently running for Congress, I believe, said it, and like no one can say the damn. I love when people speak the truth. I love when people go out there and exploit the truth and tell the world what it really is. I don't care what color are you. The fact that you can go out there in the podium and tell people the truth, this is who we need. This is why TikTok needs a guy like me. Are you guys following me yet? I don't see you guys. This woman speak. We're waking up. You Democrats better be afraid. We're growing. We're growing.
When I first announced my run for Congress, I had this random white woman, liberal, walk up to me and ask,
typically,
well, what about you isn't Democrat? To which I responded, well, besides my skin color, what about me is Democrat? And it was at that very moment that she realized that God gave her enough common sense to ask me about my values. Now, don't get me wrong, I was raised to vote Democrat down the ballot, so when I first started, I would say things like, oh, I'm a Republican, but I'm not a conservative. But now I know all too well I am a full-fledged, hardcore conservative, and I'm proud of it. I mean, my favorite saying is I was born Black, not Democrat. But in all seriousness, whenever I began to think for myself politically, the choice was easy. I mean, why would I want to belong to a party whose mission is to infringe on the Second Amendment as if a criminal would ever participate in something like a mandatory buyback? Why would I want to belong to and endorse a godless party? Because there is no such thing, and I mean no such thing as a trans child. We have confused children and sick, enabling adults. why would I want to belong to a party that takes pride in shedding innocent blood? Number one, as if that's not what God hates. Number two, as if there's not a black market for baby organs. And number three, as if abortion clinics didn't start in the hood. Because if you think Trump is bad, you should research exactly who Margaret Sanger was. But speaking of the black community, why would I want to belong to a party who's responsible for the foundation of the Triple K? But it's not just that. Supposedly in the 1900s, the party switched, right? But what never changed, what I noticed never changed, is Democrats' love for immigration, how they have always prioritized that over the black community. I mean, imagine every single Democrat leader helping you joke about what a black job is in 2024, exposing your ignorance on 1924 and how imperative the Immigration Act of that year was, how it was all reversed in 1965 with the Hart-Celler Act, how Congress refuses the advice of the Rockefeller Commission and the Hesburgh Commission, and how to this day they refuse to adopt the Barbara Jordan Blueprint, validating every single thing that Dr. Claude Anderson spoke of generally, but specifically what Mrs. King spoke of in 1991 with her letter to Congress. Now look, I'm not saying that the Republican Party is perfect. No, nobody's perfect. What I'm saying is I side with Malcolm X when he said that the liberals were the worst thing that could ever happen to the Western Hemisphere, but y'all ignore that, just like how y'all ignore LBJ saying, and I quote, "I'm going to have Negroes voting Democrat for the next 200 years, and by God, 60 years later, I see no sign of recourse, but rest assured your vote is your voice, even if it is."
I feel like you guys are losing y'all's rights as women. What
trying to take the identity of real women away by pretending that men can be women and have babies and use tampons.
Tim Walz, tampon time. Tim.
Right, yeah. We don't want that.
Which party champions for men to pose to be women and compete in their sports and go into their bathroom?
That's the Democrat Party that loves that. Yeah, they love it. They love it. And that's why it's like, I'm a former Democrat and I would never vote that way ever again. They have gone so far away from what they used to be, kind of conservative Democrats, I guess you could call them back in the day. They have gone so radical on abortion, so radical on men can just be whatever they want. Like, we can pretend to be animals if we feel like it. We're just doing weird things with kids too, like in the schools, like just adult conversations in classrooms with, 7-year-olds. We don't need to be having those type of sexual conversations with our kids.
Alrighty, so I'm going to try to make this video without getting it flagged, so if I have to talk kind of in code, you know why. Anyway, used to be on the left, completely on the left, right? I loved the Democratic Party and I believed every single idea that they told me about, every single thing that they said we should believe. I wholeheartedly embraced them, okay? All of the ideals, all of the belief system. They said that it doesn't matter what kind of music you listen to. You can listen to Sexy Red, and you can listen, let me see, back in the day it would have been Little Kim and Foxy Brown, and I got that, and I'm playing that, kids around, you know what I'm saying? I was that mother, unfortunately, not proud of it, but anyway, moving on, I did that, and I also even went further, I believed that breaking the law was okay. I believed that it wasn't our fault, I believed in all of that. So as my children began to break the law, I began to yell and scream that they were the victims of various departments, isms. I began to scream that they were the victims of these things, and this is what had happened to them. And I never bothered to look at their own behavior, nor my own either. I also got in trouble with the law myself. And so did their fathers. These are the behaviors that we showed the kids, but instead of us saying we never bothered to say anything except it wasn't our fault. People were targeting us. That's what we said. We were being targeted, okay? That's why these things happened. Not that we actually did what we were accused of. And so, that was just another belief that we believed in. When they say women's reproductive health, we believed in that too. I decided to run on down to Planned Parenthood with my women's reproductive health. Yeah, I did one of those women's reproductive health moves. I did that too. And then when they decided to say that, I don't even know what you can say as far as, what type of work is work, but they decided that women of the night, that's real work. Okay? Take your clothes off, be wild, free for all. Do it with everybody. totally embraced all of that. All of that. Embraced it, and I lived that life. I now have 2 sons in prison. I divorced my husband. I have a daughter who unfortunately also followed in my footsteps as well and decided that clothing was optional in her employment. So these are the things and the consequences that I see as a result of believing in certain ideas that get pushed on one side of the fence.
Wow.
And I'm sure somebody's going to say, oh, that's just you. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Look on the news. No, it ain't just me. It's a whole lot of me's out here. Now, I have since changed and figured things out, for which I've gotten flack for that. Like, people say dumb shit like, you just want to change because you see, you know what I'm saying, what happened in your life. Well, duh. Yeah, that's exactly right. Look what happened. Where did any of this lead me? That's a good enough reason to change. Actually, I don't even need a reason to change. I'm an American. I can do whatever I damn well please. But anyway, my point is, there are certain things that I think go with a certain group. Politically, it seems to me. And if you embrace those, you can also expect a life very similar to mine.
What was your tipping point for you to officially say, I'm out?
Well, I'm going to set aside what the Democratic Party did to me when I was off as a sheriff. They made life as difficult as possible. It's what the Democratic Party has done to California, to Los Angeles County, and to the city of LA. Every single policy they've proposed has been an absolute failure. This is progressive ideology run amok. And when it blows up, as everything does, you talk about crime, you talk about homelessness, you talk about taxation rate, you talk about...
Former LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva, who announced he is leaving the Democrat Party. We don't know what his future plans are, but I'm pretty sure you're not done.